Hey, it's the Empire, Geobox Empire, back with some more boxing. Now, man, Teddy Atlas. He has his own podcast, man, if you guys didn't know, and he talks about Andy Ruiz versus Charles Martin. Apparently, Teddy Atlas thinks this fight is going to happen next, man. I'm not sure what kind of information Teddy Atlas has, but according to him, uh, Andy Ruiz is likely to fight Charles Martin in Andy Ruiz or Charles Martin's next fight. They're most likely to fight each other. Now, that being said, I'll link in the description. You guys go watch it yourself. I always leave links, right? Uh, this is a big fight, man. I haven't heard any of them talk about fighting each other. And, you know, you know what they say, man. There's a saying that the people who don't talk trash are the most dangerous people. You know, that guy who's there in the crowd, who's screaming and getting hype and everything, that guy's most likely, he's soft, man. He's weak. He's soft. But the guy who's quiet, minds his business, you make that guy upset, well, let's just say when things get real, they get real quick. And they be like, whoa, what happened to you? Why are you so upset? It's like, nah, man, you've been talking all that trash, and now it's time to fight. Charles Martin and Andy Ruiz have not been talking trash to each other. They're pretty respectful toward each other, and I haven't seen any back and forth uh, with them yet, man. And that's how I like it, man. I like it quiet because when something pops off, man, it becomes real and it becomes real quick, you know. So we're gonna see how this whole thing plays out, man. I've been seeing Charles Martin too, man. He's been working out real hard. He's still in the gym grinding, and I might make a video about that later. But yeah, man, he's definitely been working out too. And Charles Martin always, in my opinion, has a fighter who never really peaked. That one when he had the IBF title and he won the IBF title, beating the fighter he beat. You know, after that Anthony Joshua loss, you know, he just fell off. You know what I mean? Ever since then, no, he's been coming back with some wins. He only had one setback with Adam Kanowski, but it was a very competitive fight. And his most devastating one recently was his Gerald Washington fight when he knocked out Washington in a fairly controlled paced fight where he controlled the pacing of the fight and he basically did anything he wanted to do to Gerald Washington. So that being said, man, at this point of his career, actually, in my opinion, I'd say Charles Martin is looking better than Andy Ruiz as far as just getting his career back on his path. Because unlike Andy Ruiz, recently at least, Charles Martin has beaten a top contender. Gerald Washington, whether you like him or not, is still a top contender. You know, he's a top contender. You can't take that away from him. You know, that being said, man, we're gonna see how this whole thing unfolds, man. Charles Martin is a great fighter. He needs to, in my opinion, get more active on social media and really talk about it more. The guy's sort of soft spoken ever since that Anthony Joshua fight because you know him, his famous quote, you know, I walked the earth like a god. You know, when he talked that trash that one time when he took an L, he got real shy. He got real shy. He should have kept it moving. He should have kept it pushing. He should have kept being loud. You know, but the guy is went into quiet mode, which is cool, but you know, he just fell off too hard, too quick. You know, he needs to stay active in media at least. So man, Andy Ruiz, man, you know him. He's on the grind, man. He's working hard, training without training right now. Talked about that yesterday. And the guy's on. He's just working right now. He's just working, getting himself back in shape. But yeah, like I said, man, in my opinion, right now at this moment, Charles Martin, he's been on up and up, man. He's been winning his fights. He's been looking good. And Andy Ruiz just had the biggest drawback in his career, losing to Anthony Joshua, and he fired his coach. So there's a lot of question marks for Andy Ruiz right now. Could he beat Charles Martin? In my opinion, Charles Martin has a trainer. Well, it's not. That's not opinion. That's a fact. Andy Ruiz has no trainer. Charles Martin is coming off of the biggest KO, one of his biggest KOs of his career with Gerald Washington. Andy Ruiz has had his biggest loss of his career. So right now, it's just the momentum is in Charles Martin's favor. Whether about the styles or anything about that, I was talking about as far as their career at this point in time. Charles Martin seems like he's in a better place in his career to win this fight. It seems like the cards are sort of stacked against Andy Ruiz just based off the fact that he has no training right now. He's coming off a loss, and there's a lot of question marks of this guy would come ready for his next fight. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. I thought I'd talk about it. You know, obviously this is a 50-50 fight. I'm not picking anyone, but I'm just stating some facts that people need to put into consideration. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. You guys think the fight with Charles Martin and Andy Ruiz would be hype? I do. Wouldn't that be a really great fight? We never seen Andy Ruiz face a southpaw. This would be the biggest challenge of his career. Any southpaw heavyweights, period, are extremely dangerous, and Charles Martin has the knockout power, extreme knockout power. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire, Geoboxing Empire. Peace.